was made very clear, painfully clear. If I wanted a promotion, well, that all depended on my performance evaluation. But a good evaluation didn't come from working hard. No, when my supervisor talked to me about putting out, he didn't mean the job. If I wanted to move up, I had to do what he wanted. You know, you do this for me, I'll do that for you.
Oh, come on. Everything I say, she just twists around.
Girly posters, suggestive cartoons, dirty jokes, lewd comments. You know, I'm here to work. But the whole atmosphere makes me uncomfortable. And when I don't play along with it, it simply gets worse. It's almost like my co-workers are trying to outdo each other, see who can embarrass me or tick me off. You know, and I tell them to cut it out, that I don't like it, or to stop it. And they tell me to lighten up. To tell you the truth, there are even some women who tell me that I need to lighten up. It's the whole environment. It's hostile.
Don't lighten up, just having fun.
It's like you can't say anything anymore. Everybody is so uptight about harassment that it makes me nervous. You know, I want to be friends with my coworkers, but I never know when something I'll say will get twisted around. We're supposed to be totally professional at work. Does that mean no kidding around? No hanging out after work? Is everything against our company's policies?
I hear that. Everyone's lost their sense of humor.
Take care of the customer. The customer is always right. Give the customer whatever he asks. Well, that's all well and good when it comes to food and drink, but not when a customer gets obnoxious. And you know what I'm talking about. The ones that call you honey, the ones that want to know when you get off work, the ones that want to tell you how to get a bigger tip. Forget it. Maybe the guy's harmless. Maybe he's a good customer. I don't care who he is. It's still harassment. I don't have to take it, and I expect management to back me up 100%.
What's the big deal?
Sexual harassment. These words have a very powerful impact and can have serious financial and legal implications for your operation. Your profits, your business, and your career can be put on the line. It is a big deal. The good news is that you can help make sure it doesn't happen in your operation, especially if you know what it is and how to prevent it. As a manager, what do you need to know and do about sexual harassment? First, we need to define the two different forms that sexual harassment can take. Then we'll show you how to prevent harassment and how to respond effectively when something happens. Federal and state laws make it illegal for any employee to be sexually harassed in connection with his or her work. To be sexual harassment, a person's conduct toward an employee must be sexually offensive and unwelcome. That means that it's the victim's perception that's important, not necessarily the intent of the accused. There are two kinds of sexual harassment. The first is known as quid pro quo, which is a legal phrase meaning this for that, such as when a promotion or raise or even holding on to a job is offered in exchange for submitting to a sexual request. The other kind of sexual harassment is called hostile work environment. This occurs when someone is unable to do their job because the workplace is sexually intimidating, offensive, or hostile. Both of these forms of sexual harassment are illegal. Let's look closer at the first type, quid pro quo.
This for that. That's exactly the way he made it sound. You do this for me, I'll do that for you.
Tony, I really want this promotion, and I deserve it. I've been doing a good job.
What's in it for me?
What?
Well, I mean, no doubt about it. You're a hard worker, lots of talent on the job. I'd just like to see what other talents you've got before I make my recommendation. I'd just like to get to know you better.
But Tony, I really don't want to mix work with my personal life. I'm just not interested.
Hey, look, you want the job. I'd like to get to know you better. It is entirely up to you.
Quid pro quo situations almost always involve a supervisor and an employee. Here, Tony offers to give Tamara her promotion in exchange for going out with him. That's illegal.
It's a respect of individuals. It's also important for us to maintain the integrity of the company. We believe that we are, and we want to be, an employer of choice. And it means that we have to have fair and consistent policies and create an environment that's welcoming for everyone.
You need to have policies and you need to support your employees, otherwise they're not going to be your employees anymore. They're going to leave.
The legal and financial liability could be ruinous to an organization like ours. Not to mention that the goodwill factor of the community. If you become identified as a place where this sort of behavior is allowed to go on, what makes somebody want to come and spend their dollars in your establishment?
Now, let's take a look at the other form of illegal harassment, the hostile work environment.
The calendar stuck on the wall in the receiving area, the graphic cartoons pinned to the bulletin board, the offensive jokes at break. I mean, this is how it was when I got started here, but then it got personal.
Woohoo! Shake it!
Looking foxy.
Shut up, you guys.
Some girls can't take a compliment.
Stop it. I don't have to put up with that.
Oh, come on now, lady, lighten up.
In a hostile environment, the offender can be anyone in the workplace, not just a supervisor. But it's the responsibility of every manager and supervisor to make sure employees know what's acceptable at work and to put a stop to any conduct that might be considered by anyone as sexually offensive. You need to be proactive. Don't simply wait until someone complains to you. Act to stop offensive conduct before someone feels they have to complain. Be a positive role model. Train your employees as to the proper behavior at work. And monitor and correct improper situations as soon as they occur.
As the person who is the leader of the organization, you set the example. And the example that I try to set is one of respect, is one of sensitivity.
We have a lot of different backgrounds here. Open communication is the key between management and employees, and between employees and other employees, and employees and customers as well.
Is sexual harassment a big deal? Yes, it is. But that doesn't mean that you can't have fun and enjoy working with your colleagues. By setting the right tone, you can sensitize your employees to the issue of sexual harassment, making them aware of the law and your policies, but also letting them be themselves. You know, our business is a diverse one. People of every age and background work together. It's your job to develop one inclusive culture where everyone feels valued and they are treated with respect.
What am I supposed to do? Am I being unprofessional if I ask somebody out after work? Or what about the everyday kidding that goes on? Or a joke? Or just a compliment? Is that stuff okay? Is it not okay? I don't know. Ow!
Did you stick yourself?
Almost. I guess I should put this on before I put on the jacket.
Here, let me help you with that.
No, I'll get it.
Okay. So you want to go out this later tonight? Pam and Linda are going.
I don't know. I'll probably get done pretty late.
Dave, it's Tuesday night. You know, we're going to close this place up at 9:30. We'll probably all be gone by 10:30.
We'll see.
All right, see you later.
Dave, might not be any of my business, but I kind of thought that you and Kathy were friends.
Yeah, but this is where we work, right?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't be sociable with your coworkers.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want anybody to misinterpret anything.
Like how?
Well, it's this whole sexual harassment thing. I feel like we can't even say hello without there being the chance that somebody's going to think it's harassment.
Dave, sexual harassment doesn't have anything to do with being nice to each other or being sociable or even going out after work. It has to do with somebody doing something that's offensive to somebody else.
Okay.
But, I mean, everybody wants you to be yourself, you know? So does Kathy, so does everybody. Nobody wants to work in a place that isn't any fun. I mean, that would be unbearable.
Yeah, you're right.
Have a good time tonight.
When I walk into one of my operations, I want to see an operation where there's some excitement, there's creativity, there's fun, there's enthusiasm, and that's built by a manager by grooming his people into a real team effort.
If you give people parameters, then they know. These are the parameters, this is the line I can't cross, and then you usually don't have any problems.
That whole issue of sexual harassment and workplace harassment tends to go away much quicker because we're all watching out for each other.
You still have, you know, a little bump in the road here and there, but that's about it.
The scenarios we've looked at so far involve employees and supervisors. But what about the other people who come to your establishment, such as vendors, suppliers, and customers? Handling situations where the offender is not an employee requires some diplomacy. But your legal duty to protect your workers against harassment by non-employees is clear. All who come to your establishment should follow your standards and policies against harassment.
Look, I wasn't born yesterday. I've seen all this stuff before. I know how to handle it. I had a customer. Starts out with a little squeeze, some other nonsense. I tell him to lay off. Then, he asked me to sit on his lap so his friend can take a picture.
Hey, come here, honey. We want to take a picture.
May I take your order, gentlemen?
Come on, sit on my knee for the picture.
Excuse me.
One little picture.
Hey, don't be such an ice queen. He's harmless.
You need to support your employees when a vendor or customer acts inappropriately. Remain professional. Don't get personal or trade insults with the person. But let them know your policy and your own commitment to it.
It shouldn't come from anyone, whether it's employees, customers, vendors, suppliers. It shouldn't come from anyone, and that if it does, they should come talk to me right away about it.
I think we can never compromise our beliefs simply because somebody is bringing business through our door and offering to pay us money for the services that we provide here.
What sexual harassment is, quid pro quo, this for that. Submission to the offender is made a condition of an individual's employment or advancement. A hostile work environment. What sexual harassment is not? Normal, friendly interaction, non-offensive joking, any behavior that would not offend a reasonable person.
A hostile work environment is any environment which is an uncomfortable or disrespectful situation for any employee. What could be hostile for one person may not be hostile for someone else.
And it's sometimes as simple as saying to somebody who's telling an off-color joke at a meeting or talking about their date last night that this isn't appropriate.
You can't change human nature, but you can make them understand that this is extremely serious in this type of environment, and people do change.
To prevent harassment, start by listening to your employees and by looking around your operation. If you find anything that might offend one or more of your employees, get rid of it. Ask yourself, am I a positive role model? If you sometimes join in questionable conversations or off-color bantering, you might unintentionally be sending workers the wrong message, that it's all right to act this way. To prevent or stop harassment in your workplace, you need to listen and take seriously the concerns, suggestions, and complaints of all your employees. Follow your company's policies and be consistent in the ways you deal with your employees. And make sure everyone knows your company's anti-harassment policy. It's also important to keep good records. If a harassment complaint is made, the best defense is often that you promptly address the issue in a thorough and professional manner.
I was waiting for you to be alone until I could talk to you alone.
What is it?
I've got a problem, a complaint. It's harassment, isn't it? He shouldn't be doing this, and I
Tam,
just
let's
didn't...
talk about this now. Please, sit down.
It will go a long way toward protecting your company and you if you can show that you responded to the incident and wrote down what happened, responded quickly to the complaint, and treated all your employees fairly and equally.
So in your mind, there was no doubt you believed you had to do what he wanted for him to give you a recommendation for the promotion.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Did he say anything like this at any other time?
Oh, he's made jokes or comments about my clothes. Sometimes it was pretty suggestive.
Did you ask him to stop?
I told him to stop. I said, I'm not interested. Leave me alone.
Did he talk that way to anyone else?
I don't know.
How many times has this occurred?
Several times the last couple of months. It just got worse. And then today.
Did anyone overhear that, well, the suggestion that he made?
Well, Pete walked by.
Pete Molina?
Yes. He gave a look like, what's going on? You know, gave it to me like he was concerned. I don't know if he heard it, though. I was too embarrassed to ask him, you know.
I understand.
Find out if there is any evidence, such as notes, letters, or diary entries. Assure the complaining employee that everything will be kept as confidential as possible and that retaliation will not be tolerated. Inform your senior management or human resources department at once. If it's possible and necessary, work out a temporary change in work schedule for either party. Finally, find out who might be witnesses and interview them.
Yeah, I heard him. The look on her face, I just can't describe it. I don't think Tony knew I was there.
Have you heard him say or do anything like this to her before or to anyone else?
Yeah, Beth last month. He says stuff to the other employees, too. And you know, he wears that shirt sometimes. You know what it says.
Yeah, and he was told not to wear it here.
You know I like the guy. He's not going to appreciate this, but he said it. I heard him. I'll back her up on that.
Don't lead any witnesses with information you already might know.
I got you.
Let them tell their version in their own words to see what they have seen and heard. After consulting with your manager and legal counsel, interview the person who has been accused. Always include a third person, a manager, or a supervisor in the interview so that you have a witness to everything that is said and done.
Tony, this is a serious matter. And we want you to understand that you're free to say nothing. You don't have to respond at this time, and you're free to leave at any time.
Well, what's this all about?
Do you understand what Helen is saying to you?
Yeah. I can go or I can stay. I don't have to talk. I don't mind talking. What is it?
While maintaining as much confidentiality as possible, explain the accusation. Then, ask the accused employee what he believes happened.
We're going to continue.
It may then be necessary to go back and talk further with the complaining party or other witnesses to clarify matters and investigate further.
That's all a bunch of crap.
All right, then what do you believe happened?
Well, I was just asking her out. You're making it sound like it was some kind of threat or something.
You don't think it was threatening to her?
It's not like I was going to do anything bad to her.
And what did she say?
She said no. Hard to believe, right?
And what did you say?
I said something like, I'd really like to see her get the promotion.
And how did she respond to that?
She said she wanted to get it on her own. You know, like she deserved it. Hey, I got no problem with that. She does deserve it. I may have said something like, I can move on this if we know each other better. We could talk about somewhere else. I mean, that's what I said, but I didn't mean what you said she said.
Did anyone overhear this?
Pete, yeah. Ask him. He'll back me on this. Pete Molina.
From what we've heard and from what you've told us, we feel it's necessary to change your shift until we make a decision.
But what for?
For possibly violating the policy on harassment.
But I didn't harass anybody. Nothing happened. She wouldn't even go out with me.
That's not the point, Tony. You can't use your authority as a supervisor to try to get someone to go out with you or do what you want. We're going to continue to investigate this, and we'd like you to report on Monday at 8, and we'll discuss it further.
But she's here today, so what, I'm supposed to just go home?
Yes.
Who's going to cover for me?
Doug and I will split up your shift today. I must insist that you don't talk about this matter with anyone from the restaurant, and that you don't try to talk to Tamara or call her.
Once the investigation is complete, consult with your manager, human resource department, and legal counsel, and take whatever action is reasonable under all the circumstances uncovered in your investigation. Each case is different, so if harassment is found, the action taken by the company should be reasonably related to the severity of the conduct.
I want you to know we feel the evidence is clear. And in a case like this, it only takes one incident to justify termination. But because you've been with the company a long time, and this seems to be a recent pattern with you, we have a possible solution.
Okay.
1, we will suspend you for 2 weeks without pay. At the end of that 2 weeks, you can accept a transfer within the company as a regular employee. 2, your pay will not decrease, but you will lose your seniority. 3, you'll take the anti-harassment training with the company next month, a new version of the training you had here. 4, you must agree not to contact Tamara for any reason. 5, you will not engage in any conduct that constitutes harassment at your new location. 6, you will sign a waiver accepting these conditions.
Wow, lucky me.
Well, you are lucky you're not being terminated right now. It should be understood that Tamara was the one letting you stay with the company as much as we are. She okayed this. So if you refuse any part of it, you'll be terminated as of right now. And you could still be liable for civil and criminal action.
You mean I could be sued?
You could be sued.
Okay, where's the pen? I'll sign.
It's not hard. If you are aware, it's not hard. If you care about the people that you're working with, it's not hard.
We learn from each other and we treat each other with respect, and that really harbors a wonderful environment. It builds a tremendous relationship within the workplace.
The single most important message is that we care about them. And that's the foundation of what we've built our company's success on, I believe, is that it cares enormously about its employees.
So, that's what sexual harassment is. Now you know what to do about it. You can now go back and help everyone in your operation understand what's appropriate. The right of every employee to be free from harassment, and the legal duty of every employer to maintain and foster a workplace free from any form of sexual harassment. It is a big deal, and now you know how to deal with it.
I want the employee to be able to come to me and talk to me about it. I want to listen to the entire situation before I jump to any conclusions.
If an employee comes to us, no matter how busy we are, it's a cry for help.
I think the first thing about handling something properly is handling it quickly.
But it starts from the top. If you don't set a tone, then suddenly everything in management is a certain amount of pruning. You let people be themselves, but at the same time, you got to stage manage and you got to cut back so that it doesn't get overgrown.
If you respect others, then they know you respect yourself, and it comes back. Respect is everything.